Modern technology has a long established reputation of being generally cold and unfeeling. Something about those ones and zeros seem black and white, like something that is indifferent to the way that we as humans feel. It doesn't have to be that way. In fact, there's a specific term for the opposite of indifference: compassion. However, far too much of our technology falls into the realm of the indifferent, and if the opposite of compassion is indifference, then the inverse of that is a completely different monster: narcissism. And it is narcissistic technology we need most to avoid. To understand how to relate this to technology, let's draw an analogy to the most notorious group of narcissists in our society: babies. When you think about babies, you probably think about how cute and precious they are, blessings of pure innocence. When you have a baby though, you realize that they're like bad roommates: loud, entitled to touch all of your stuff without asking, and totally self-absorbed. To own a digital product nowadays is essentially to carry around a baby that beeps instead of cries. They're loud and constantly need your attention. There's a wave of guilt and fear if you leave them in someone else's care. You spend most of your time feeding them. You panic when you drop them. Babies. In this way, we become a slave to our tools, with them constantly begging for our attention, while they justify it by being cute, sometimes entertaining, or culturally unquestionable to abandon. Quick aside, I love babies. What I'm talking about are apps, digital services, and social media platforms. And with stickiness and user engagement being make or break metrics for a service's success, the path of least resistance is to build some new way for our phones and tablets to cry, "Mama!" These internet-enabled infants are no more destined to remain this way than your run-of-the-mill human newborn. They are going to grow up, eventually. And parents tend to remember what technology creators often forget: making it is only part of the work. It's how we interact with them that determines how they mature. When prompted, parents will often tell you what they want for their children is health, success, and opportunity. Same for any given digital product creator. Experts remind us that the best way to gain and nurture success and opportunity is through relationships. In other words, the key to success is for other people to want you to succeed. That is, to have and be a good friend. Okay, what does this have to do with the technologies we have now? Well, imagine that you're minding a field of preschoolers when that one kid, you know the one, starts yelling, acting up, pushing the other kids, and you secretly think to yourself how he's going to be as an adult and shudder because he's your kid. Think about all the digital products and services you use on a daily basis and ask, which of these would I most prefer to become sentient? Well, I vote for Wikipedia. Whether I'm bored or trying to cram out a research essay, Wiki's always there by my side, always giving and never asking. At least not more than once a year. But you know what? She's earned her one favor: a good friend. On the other end of that, last on my list would be Facebook. We do blessedly have some technological mothers in our present day. The primary example of compassionate technologies are voice assistants: Alexa, Google Assistant, Siri. Rather than inundate us with their notifications, they wait for ours. Like mom, they'll give you their best guess, and if they don't know, they know how to get you your answer. They're compassionate to a nearly maternal extent, patient, nurturing, ever-present, and this is the right direction. To build upon their example is to create for our next generations, expanding the everyday person's mental space rather than pulling away focus, allowing them to hone their skills, talents, and their ambitions. In other words, they allow us to be the babies. So what I want you to consider, especially if you are developing digital products and services, is how can I build compassion into what I deliver? When you think about this, ask yourself what it truly means to be compassionate. How can I ensure my product gives back for everything it receives from its audience? How can I create a service so truly helpful that it keeps our customers coming back without having to yell for their attention 8 times a day? And how can I create a service that provides for its users without actually being about itself, thinking me, me, me? When you develop something that addresses these questions fully, then you will have helped make the world a better place for it. In short, compassion should be a primary design principle in every product and service we create. Technologies that grow into supportive and nurturing services that share the kindness of the developmental years to future generations, rather than becoming insufferable man-children inundating you with attention-greedy notifications and self-aggrandizing feature bloat. Whether it's the kids in the yard or the technologies we implement today, both are going to be what supports us when we're older and unable to support ourselves. So keep that in mind.